Hi everyone. I would like to first thank you all for coming to this project kickoff meeting. So the meeting is on ISO 9001 2015 QMS upgrade project. So I'd like to start this meeting with a presentation, and the first slide is going to be what is ISO 9001. I'm sure most of you have this question as to what is ISO 9001. All of us use ISO 9001 as part of the quality management system that's already incorporated within FIF's Synetic QMS documentation and the processes we use inherently at this point. So ISO 9001 is basically an internationally recognized and accepted quality management system standard that is prevalent and used by most of our peers as well as our customers in managing their quality systems. So the ISO 9001 standard helps organization in effectively managing their processes, organizing documentation, managing their resources as well as product realization. So why does FIF's Synetic Detroit need to upgrade to the latest ISO 9001 2015 standard? Currently, FIF's Synetic Detroit is certified for the ISO 9001 2008 standard, and the latest standard 2015 was released in September of 2015. And when the ISO organization released the latest standard, they also came out with a notification which said 3 years post the release of the latest standard, which is in 2018, the organization would stop certifying other companies to the 2008 standard since the new standard is available and 3 years is enough time for companies to move on to the new standard. So currently FIF's organization is certified for the 9001 2008, which expires in the September of 2020, and this is one of the key reasons for us to upgrade to the latest standard. The second reason being all our peers, our customers and our suppliers are on the process or have already moved on to the latest 2015 standard. Us incorporating this new quality management system standard would help provide our customers the confidence in our quality management system and also the way we realize high quality products. The third and a really important part of this project is this latest standard helps FIFs look at our internal process with a risk-based approach, and through this we will be able to look at our internal processes, identify the risks inherent, and then develop controls to address those risks or develop contingency plans and so on. So the project plan for this entire project is spread across different phases. The first phase of the project is basically to conduct a gap analysis between the existing 2008 standard and the latest 2015 standard and document these gaps. The next plan would be to develop an action control plan to address these identified gaps between the existing and the latest standard. The third part of the project would be to execute this action plan and close the identified gaps. And finally, we will conduct an internal audit to ensure that all the actions that we've implemented to close these gaps have been effective or not, and if not, what are these minor non-conformances, if any, and fix them as well. The success or failure of this particular project will be based on an external audit which will be conducted by a third-party organization like PSI, who will come onto our organization physically and audit us for 3 days. And at the end of 3 days, they'll provide us with the findings, and if we qualify, they'll provide us the latest ISO 9001 2015 certification, which will then be valid for the next 3 years. And we will be scheduling BSI to come at FIF's Synetic Detroit's location and perform this external audit sometime in July 2020. And how are we going to do this? I'll explain in the next slide after the project focus. So in project focus, I'm going to talk about how we're going to focus on this particular project and also what is the key elements of this project. So throughout this project phase, the really important tasks we'll be looking into is risk assessments. As this latest standard is based on a risk-based approach towards improving processes and quality management system, we'll be looking into our internal work instructions, standard operating procedures across all departments, and identifying inherent risks, developing mitigation controls, and where mitigation controls cannot be put in place, we will develop contingency plans to address these risks. And subject matter experts from each department will be working with the quality department representative who will conduct risk assessment workshops and work with the subject matter experts from those departments and develop mitigation and contingency measures. So this project timelines is spread across 6 months, starting from the 1st of December and ending sometime in 30th of June 2020. So the gap assessment is scheduled to happen throughout the month of December, post which we will work on project action plan development, which will be between January 2020 and ending in 31st of January 2020. The project action plan execution will be scheduled from the 1st of February 2020 till the 31st of March, post which we will conduct an internal audit in the month of April, and we will fix all the internally recognized non-conformances by June. And July 2020 is when BSI is scheduled to come in, specifically the 20th, and conduct the external audit. The project team will consist of the project sponsor, who is our CEO, Jack Smith, and representatives from each department who will be the managers of those departments, specifically the quality manager, the IT manager, the operations manager, and manufacturing manager. And there'll also be quality personnel involved, quality engineers, who will help with conducting the risk assessment within each department. And finally, I would like to open up this floor for any questions you might have. And in case you're not able to come up with questions right now, you can always go back, look at the presentation, which I'll be emailing post this meeting, and read through it. And if you have any questions, you can come up and email them to me or schedule a quick call for me to go over them. And I would like to finally thank you all for taking your time and coming to this meeting. And some of them were able to come in physically, the others called in. I would like to thank all of you for spending your time throughout this meeting and being really interested in the project. And come up with your questions through emails, or you can ask me now. Thank you.